Hey guys, Johnny Jenkins here, and I've got a viewer that has a pretty awesome question for us. He wants to know, he says, hey, tomorrow morning I'm going to be fishing at 6 a.m. with a 36 to 60 degree day, and he's going to be fishing a pond, and he believes that it has muddy water, so he wants to know, what kind of baits would I throw? Now, I know this question, it was during the winter time, so think about this. He's fishing early in the morning, it's going to be the coldest it's going to be, and it's going to be 36 degrees with a 60 degree high. Now 36 degrees, especially on a pond, can really affect it. It really cools that water down. But then at the same time, a 60 degree afternoon on a pond, especially with the muddy water, it's going to warm up really fast. So a lot of times in the morning, in a situation like that, I want to fish out towards the middle of the pond, fish the deeper banks, fish the deepest water that I can find, and fish, you know, if I can find like a bank that's really deep, I want to fish close to the bank. It's muddy water. They don't want to be offshore. They don't want to be way off the bank, and they want to relate to cover in muddy water too. So if I had to pick one thing, I'd like to find a steep bank that has really good deep water right there. And if I was to throw anything early in the morning, there'd be a couple things. Probably, he said it's also a weedy lake, so with some muck and stuff on the bottom, Texas rig instead of the shaky head. I'd fish a Texas rig. You could pick any kind of worm you want, 10-inch worm, ribbon tail, a finesse worm, trick worm, whatever you want, crawls, doesn't matter, just try it out. And then I would have a jig. I'd like to have black and blue, maybe a black and red jig, or black and yellow, something like that. And then another bait I'd like to have would be a spinner bait with double Colorado blades, and it'd probably be like a fire tiger color or chartreuse and white maybe. And I would just, you know, you got to understand it's cold in the morning, and it's probably going to be a tough bite. Cold weather, muddy water does not mix very well, so it's going to be tough in the morning. But then as the afternoon comes on, middle of the day, and in the last 4 hours of daylight, that's when you're going to get your good bites. That's when the spinnerbait bite ought to be on. You can try some flatter banks in the afternoon. If you can find rocks, wood, hard cover like that, docks, fantastic. You can fish around because early in the morning they're going to want to be around that deeper water, but as the water warms up and the temperatures, you get some sunshine, those fish might slide up, and they might not necessarily go into the spawning bays or in the back of a spawning cove on a pond, but they'll definitely slide up on some flat points or something like that, or some gravel points. They might slide up there and get next to a shallow stump. So just fish around, you know, some flats and stuff like that, and maybe just try a spinnerbait. I think a spinnerbait double Colorado would be fantastic all day long. And then pitching a jig and some sort of soft plastic on a Texas rig, pretty much you can stick with about those 3 baits all day. You can try some cranking, but for me, man, muddy water, that especially cold muddy water, just says jig, spinnerbait, and Texas rig or shaky head worm. And really, that's about the 3 baits you need. Just fish with them all day, try a bunch of different stuff, and realize that the morning's going to be tough. The afternoon's when your bite's going to happen, more than likely. And you're going to want to try a lot of different stuff. So morning, fish a little bit deeper, and then the afternoon. Now, that was an awesome question. So if you have any questions similar to that, or anything you want to know about tips, techniques, or strategies, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it to all your friends on Facebook, Google+, all social medias. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, all these kind of good stuff. Check the description for some awesome links, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.